while I maintain that most of what's described in the book of Revelation is in our past, and we're not to look for it in our future, let alone in our present, eventually, by the time you get to the end of the book of Revelation, though, you do get to a point where there is eschatology. There is a talk of a return of Christ and an establishment, or the revealing, let's say, of the kingdom of God in its fullness. One of the promises of the book of Revelation, interestingly enough, is that I think that humanity isn't going to destroy itself, and that, in fact, not only will humanity remain until such time as God decides, the end has come. Not only will humanity remain until that, but I think the promise is that the church will remain. Because remember, this is a document written during a time of persecution. The persecution is only going to get worse into the early 4th century before it ends. The promise of the book of Revelation, I think, is this idea of the millennium, which, again, is misinterpreted a lot. But you have to keep in mind that the millennium is only about one verse in the whole text of Revelation. And I think what John is saying there is that this idea of the millennium is the end of the persecution. That there will come a day when the persecution will end, and the world will be influenced for Christ, which is the time of the church. And based on, again, some of Jesus' teachings in the gospel, there's an implicit promise here that the church will not be destroyed in spite of the persecution. And historically, we know the church has outlived every empire that tried to destroy it.